The retail recession claims another victim. Let's have a look. Hello everyone, I'm Florian Heise and welcome to another episode of Heise Says. I thought we'd have a look at this article from news.com.au about the retail recession claiming another victim. And in this case, Harris Scarfe has been placed into voluntary administration. Now this is a piece written by James Hall and it's just come out a few minutes ago. So I thought it's definitely something we should all have a look at, particularly because, well, it's concerning to see the number of stores that this is happening in the retail sector, and because this morning we just received data on consumer confidence dropping back down again. So the iconic Australian department store Harris Scarfe has been placed into voluntary administration today, becoming the latest retail empire to fall victim to the sector's dismal operating conditions. Well, yes, no one could argue that times are not tough for the retail sector. And remember, guys, this sector employs 10% of our workforce. Retail is not a small contributor to our economy. It's definitely something that we need to keep an eye on. And I'm following, well, closely because of the impending threat of QE when the Reserve Bank crashes the cash rate down 2 more steps. The $380 million chain is best known in South Australia, but has locations in Victoria and Tasmania, employing more than 1,800 staff across the country's 66 stores. And this is something that Rachel mentioned because she did university down in South Australia, that they were a well-known brand in SA, and not as well-known on the rest of the East Coast. Are you a frequenter of Harris Scarfe, everyone? Let me know. Discuss it in the comments. Do you go there? I will be brutally honest and say I don't recall ever setting foot into one of these stores in my entire life. But, you know, as a bald father, I don't think I'm the demo, guys. Am I the demographic for Harris Scarfe? They don't seem to sell any computer games I like or any electronic gizmos I would enjoy. No sports equipment, nothing there, nothing for camping. So no. I want some weird combination of EB Games, BCF, and the German club to get some nice wheat beer. But nonetheless, that idea is copyrighted, by the way. Trading will continue as normal over the Christmas period, and employees will be paid by the receivers, says the appointed administrator, Deloitte Restructuring Services, DRS. Harris Scarfe is a long-standing retail institution, DRS partner Vaughan Strawbridge said. We will be making every effort to secure a future for the business and intend to commence an immediate sale of the business process. The department store chain sells a wide variety of products, including bed linen, kitchenware, homewares, electrical appliances, and apparel. Okay, I'm not surprised I'm not the demo. I'm not surprised I'm not the demo. Less than a month ago, Harris Scarfe was bought by a Sydney-based private equity firm, Allegro Funds, which specializes in turning around businesses. Queensland University of Technology retail expert Dr. Gary Mortimer said he believed it was only a matter of time before the big name in the sector was forced to pull up stumps. This is another example of being stuck in the middle, he told news.com.au. At one end of the market, we've got cheap and cheerful, with Kmart still going strong, and a revitalized Big W. At the other end, there's David Jones, which is still struggling to find form, and Myer also. If you're stuck in the middle, and you're constantly discounting, all you're doing is eroding profit and conditioning consumers to never pay full price when they walk into your store. And with that, I'm going to have a shot of my coffee. What do you think, guys? I mean, he makes a good point. You'll train people to pay a discounted price. Everything's lower. I mean, stuff is still reasonably cheap at the moment, particularly the imported products, but that's all depending on the state of the Australian dollar, guys. And let's just jump over before we keep going. We'll have a look at the Australian dollar. There we go. It's 68.1 US cents. So it's going okay. But you have to remember, everyone, how much of our products are imported here in Australia. This is the Observatory of Economic Complexity. And if the dollar slumps any further, cost of living in all of these items, including these type of shops, is going to be an issue. So, Dr. Mortimer said the closure of Harris Scarfe will send a shiver down the spines of rivals David Jones and Myer, with the end of the high-end department store networks imminent. Woolworths Holding from South Africa, which owns David Jones, not the same Woolworths as we're used to in just the shopping centres, and certainly the new Myer team are very cautiously looking at the Australian market, and particularly the traditional department store sector, he said. They're now implementing a number of strategies in order to potentially insulate both brands from this shift in consumer behaviour. We've seen Myer downsize its fleet of stores, and more recently we've seen David Jones closing floors. Yes, we have. The receivers said the company will honour gift cards and lay-bys at Harris Scarfe in full. This is another thing to remember, guys, whenever you get a gift card. You're an unsecured creditor then with the shop. You're an unsecured creditor, you have to line up after everyone else. I guess it's smart for them to honour them just so they can move all the stock off the floors. And the sector's a year from hell. In January, menswear retailer Ed Harry went into voluntary administration, and a week later, Aussie sportswear favourite Skins also revealed it was on the brink of failure after applying for bankruptcy in a Swiss court. At the end of the month, Napoleon Purtis Beauty Empire announced the cult makeup chain's 56 Australian stores had closed for a stocktake. Administrators were appointed, and scores of stores have since collapsed. Footwear trailblazer Shoes of Prey also met its demise in March this year, along with British fashion giant Karen Millen, which in September revealed it would soon shut all Aussie stores, leaving around 80 jobs in peril. I mean, do you let me know in the comments, guys, do you know anyone who's working in these industries and who is having to deal with this? Are you working in a retail job? Are you worried? Because bloody hell, I would be. In October, celebrity chef Shannon Bennett's Melbourne burger chain Benny Burgers was also placed into administration, followed by 7 Red Rooster outlets in Queensland just days later, and the Aussie activewear sensation Style Runner has since been sold to Accent Group Limited, or Ascent Group Limited. I keep saying Accent whenever I see that one. Maybe they need to rebrand. Just weeks ago, it was revealed that popular furniture and homewares company Zanu had collapsed after it abruptly entered voluntary administration, leaving some angry customers in the lurch. In November, Muscle Coach, a leading fitness company, was put into voluntary administration after a director revealed received a devastating diagnosis, and the company racked up debts of almost $1 million. There was the famous Grinity's restaurant chain turned to enter into voluntary administration, with several of the 13 sites across the country set to be closed for good. It was closure followed by discount legend Dimmies, and then Co-op Bookshop, which went into administration owing $15 million. And just weeks ago, fast fashion brand staple Bardot also went into voluntary administration, blaming a highly cluttered and increasingly discount-driven market. Now, some people are saying in the comments that they are seeing activity in the retail sector when you're going out there and shopping. You know, are you seeing activity, or are you seeing empty tenancies being converted maybe into child play areas? What is the vibe like out there, guys? Please send me videos. If you go shopping, grab a bit of film, email it to me, share it with me, because I'd like to start collecting just some, shall we say, anecdotal evidence of what the Christmas period is going to be like in retail, so we can see how it will trend into next year. Because this is another big brand that is closing down with lots of jobs and lots of shops in peril. Could it be, the old Westfields, the amount that they're charging is just insanely high, and is competition too hard? How many of you are purchasing online? I mean, I recently bought a washing machine. We bought it online. We buy so much online and get it delivered. It's cheaper. It's more convenient too, particularly with the Christmas parking. But this year we are going to brave the Boxing Day parking. We are going to do it. We'll see how we go. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think, and if you know of anyone in the industry, how they're coping with this. Thanks for watching. If you like the channel, please like, share, and subscribe. We have a Patreon if you'd like to make a recurring monthly donation. We also have Amazon and eBay affiliate links where we receive a small commission and it doesn't cost you a cent to make a purchase. We also have our own merch on Heise's blog where we make our own pocket squares, and we have PayPal if you want to make a donation that way. Thank you everyone, have a great day, and I will talk to you later. Bye for now.